But it is a tricky fight, that. Just because there's a lot of variables that make it awkward. However, there's so many tools at Batman's disposal that would have made that easier. Do I have to do that? Or do I just press A?
Open.
Just press A. But that's it. That's the last challenge of the game. Now we just have whatever the hell they wanted to do at the end of this to give themselves some closure. I think it was really fun the first time, but I have no impulse to do it again. And this is the third time I've done it. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe someone's actually struggling with it and might need some tips.
So, there goes another boy wonder, lost to another...
Okay, that's Riddler trophies, great. So if you move towards the door, you'll trigger Scarecrow to converse with you on the old iPad, arm pad, and then we can leave while Joker continues to talk incessantly.
There, try those eyes. Seriously, when are you gonna look?
You have 10 minutes.
So Oracle's pissed at us, and of course Tim's just been kidnapped by Scarecrow. Look at the lighting. I love how the lights colour the rain. It's such a beautiful touch. And Batman will not do what I want. But that's cool. It was a cutscene. It was doing its thing. Right.
Alfred, I'm going to give myself in to Scarecrow. It's the only way to save Robin and
Ba-ba-bum,
Jim.
ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. Textures failing to pop there. Ooh, that was weird. I still haven't had an Arkham game that's tore the cape as much as I would. And I appreciate that you need to be able to still glide, and it might be a little bit, you know, suspension of the old disbelief, but I want half of it gone, son. I think that would be so cool, don't shoot me. Q. Hang on a second, I've gone past it. Oh, I thought I could bounce off the wall, but I was too close. Because it's just below, and you go through that weird building. 'Cause I remember coming here, because I was having issue finding a trophy, and I thought maybe I'd missed one in this building, but I didn't. So, come put your stuff on the table, get in the van, and you can't skip any of this.
Because of what I have done to your precious city, but because you are scared of what I will do to your friends, your family. They are your weakness, hiding just below the surface. I'm sure that you're scared of what will happen when I tear that mask from your face. What will we find? Your true identity, or proof that without your mask you are nothing, impotent, powerless, afraid. Leave your equipment on that table, and we can find out.
Surrender utility belt and gadgets. That'd be interesting if you could do a run where you didn't have any of your gadgets. I don't know how it'd work, but I wonder if you can grab them. Just pick it back up and then go into the van. I'm gonna be just fine. So the first thing you notice here is it's all gassy, because we're probably getting pumped full of fear toxin, I would imagine. Either that or it's like
Master Bruce,
aerial rohypnol.
I'm detecting someone tracking your movement through the city.
I knew he would.
I think I may have missed something, sir. Who are you talking?
The die is cast, Batman.
The music here is great,
Now on, I need your undivided.
but you can't hear it because of me and because of
The
Scarecrow.
nightmare is almost over. Your failure almost complete.
Speaking of music as well, I got one of these videos flagged because of some of the music on the soundtrack, but it was flagged by some leechy bullshit third-party company that had nothing to do with the game. So I disputed it and I won, so fuck them. But I think we all know what alley this is before we even have to move. It's one we can't seem to quite get away from. It's the alley that created us, in effect. And you try this door, it doesn't open, and then you turn around and the floor is transformed. Once again with this dynamic scripting. You pay your old respects. Really does make you feel like you take your parents for granted when you stare at something like
Such
that.
a happy couple. Shame about the kid, though. Poor little Brucey never quite got over it now, did he? Well, there's no point crying over spilled blood. It's time to move on, kiddo. Let go. Take a load off. Join your parents. Uncle James.
Ah, it's the Joker fight. So I don't understand what triggers the end of this fight. All I know is it goes on for quite some time and it's hilarious.
Having someone taking over your life? Especially someone like me.
So, I think it's probably takedown based. I don't know why I put that weird tone on then. But I'm not sure. So, I think it might be something like 8 takedowns, 10 takedowns. This should be a challenge map. And it might be actually, because it's one of those fights where it's just here and it's awesome and it doesn't seem to have much of a purpose. So we just unlocked something, whatever the hell that was. An AR mission, which I've already done on my other file. He's going to grab us from behind at some point, because that's how this ends. Oh no! I tried to beat him with a punch and Batman's too slow. I'm guaranteed now, if that was Azrael, Azrael would have won. Because Azrael gets wicked frame advantage, and I love him because of it. Batman is so slow and so like pirouette-y. He's almost as bad as Geralt with penchant for pirouetting. It's mad. But yeah, I'm not too sure how long this goes on for, but it's cool. It's a great opportunity to get used to, you know, parrying and not parrying, if that's the case. Oh, I took my belt off, I forgot. This is it. So, however many takedowns that was... Ooh, let's try not to kill him, see if we can do this. Every other time I've killed him. So this is where a final boss should be, but instead we have this glorious pink tank. Well, I say pink tank, it's got a pink and purpley heads-up display, which I really, really enjoy. Because it's fabulous! But it's such a strange section that I just... This is officially the diving board into the final section of the game and the most confusing part of the game, where you just kind of wonder, why are we doing this? And then we do this, which is amazing, because it just keeps on going round and round. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Frame rate holds up surprisingly well. That 900p, son. Look at it. This is the Joker-mobile that you've got to unlock. It's one of the skins for the Batmobile that I haven't figured out how you get. I think it's the only skin I need, and then we need to get out, of course. Go through the door. So, we now have a insanely bulky Spaz 12 looking gun that looks like something out of Alien Resurrection. And it's a third-person shooter, which... I never played the multiplayer to Batman Arkham Origins, but I imagine it looked as janky as this does.
I never could.
See you later, friend. I have no idea if there's something different happens if you don't shoot these people, but I shoot all of them, because I'm that kind of person.
How very sweet.
Yeah. You know, when in Rome, why not? Just don't understand what this is meant to be. Yeah.
Stop. Stop this madness. Please.
So as you can see, I mean, it makes it seem like you've just gunned down actual people, like the guy in the diner did at the very beginning. You know, Joker's blood's finally taken over, sorry. The world is all burning because, you know, it's the end and what have you, but it's probably all just fear toxin, hallucinations. Batman fighting the Joker blood and the fear toxin. I guess I haven't really looked into it too much. Now the game's in first person. And it's got no reticle. And it looks pretty nice, visually. But it moves with the fluidity of a team that's never done a first-person shooter. And the mechanics are probably a good job we don't have to use them too much. So, we're moving through this mausoleum. We're hitting scripted moments, and then we're turning around, and the world behind us is changing. It's very subtle in some ways, other times it's much more overt, but the moral of this is you just kind of wander around, you're not in any danger, there's no real gameplay, it's just kind of jump scary and first person shootery and I don't know, weird. Can't sprint. You've got to just kind of commit to this forced perspective. This is what I like to call the part that Big Benedict wants to break the disc over, because he's not going to be happy with this. That being said, it's not that long, so small mercies, I guess.
Harley, stop your sobbing and wrestle me up awake. Harley, Harley. I know what you're trying to do, Bats.
So I'm not entirely sure the trigger. Ah, there you go. It's such a strange thing to do.
So, Glenn, today marks the 1-year anniversary of the Joker's death. Any thoughts on the occasion?
Sorry, who?
The Joker, you remember?
The question mark guy. He's dead?
No.
Oh, you think that's scary, Bats? When I get out of here, I'll write my name in blood on every street corner.
So there's some trigger here
On every corpse.
that you've got to get the next section to happen, but I'm not sure what it is.
How do I get out of here?
Maybe it's just waiting for the yeah. You've got to wait for the dialogue. Then you get to this bit. This is just weird, dude. Like,
Where are you?
you can probably overanalyze this till, you know, the cows come home, but gameplay-wise, it doesn't translate into anything that I think is all that interesting. The first time, it's got that novelty factor, and I think the novelty factor really helps, but now it's, you know, just keep turning around, getting them to spawn, and then shooting them. And then eventually there'll be so many of them that this section's over with, but I mean, the destruction physics are okay, I guess. It's got some nice detail on breaking stuff. If you like to break stuff, you know, maybe you'll enjoy this part a lot.
Out of ideas, Bats.
But it's not the way I thought the trilogy would end. Just not at all. Got to aim for his groin. His groin seems to be the sweet spot of bad things. I don't know if you can just spin. Maybe that's the fastest way of getting out of that, by just spinning, because you're forcing the path. But I honestly don't know. I think this is batshit crazy, and I'd love to understand why they decided to do it this way. But once again, folks, I'm not a designer. I am a player, sometimes a critic, sometimes a competitor, you know, it all depends on different days. This is kind of like getting to the end of the mission in Doom, or Duke Nukem, which is a nice touch.
You almost had me scared back there. Me? What have I got to be afraid of?
But it's funny because if it wasn't for the fact we're moving, this is the type of thing I'd remove from a walkthrough, because you don't need any help here, really. you can't technically get lost. You can just take longer.
You will be forgotten, Joker.
So I don't know if shooting Batman here speeds this up, but we're going to try. Pump some shells into him. There it was.
Vengeance. I am the knight.
The old green eyes.
I am Batman.
That's cool. Build that combo, boys.
No, Max, wait! No, please! No!
But there you have it, folks. That is the end of Arkham Knight. You can now go into New Game Plus. You can now find the most wanted villains and the Riddler trophies, and you can get the Nightfall Protocol and the secret ending. But I'm signing off, so thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.